Welcome to the final episode of our Syrian and Lebanon adventures. In this episode, we're just going to round off everything. We are traveling from Damascus back to Beirut to catch our plane. But the evening before we drove back to Beirut, we still had one visit in the middle of the night. And what an adventure that was. So join me as we take the last bit of moments in Syria and then in Lebanon before we fly back to South Africa. So let's recap what our journey looked like up to this point in time. We started off traveling around Beirut and the mountains, and then went over to the Bekaa Valley where we spent a couple of days. Then we crossed over the Syrian border to Damascus for one night before following the route north to Homs. Then to the city of Aleppo before returning south to discover the village of Muharde. Our journey ended back in Damascus, where we find ourselves currently after 2 amazing days. This is really beautiful. Being up this high, this is the highest that we can go because they don't want, for security reasons, anybody going up further, but the view is definitely spectacular and Damascus is definitely big. It's amazing to be here. Our last evening in Syria, we came to this amazing spot, beautiful view as you saw. But now we're negotiating for a taxi to get to where we're going to have dinner, the national sport. What happened?
That's how people move, use public transport.
And in the pure tradition of Soweto, cramming the whole team into a taxi, not once but twice, made our last evening in Syria very unique. The route took us through some of the most vibrant areas of Damascus, and I do think that it was a highlight for all of us, even though we were kind of sad that the trip was almost over. It is our final day, and we are heading back to Beirut. It's good to be back. How do you guys feel?
Yay! We made it!
I feel like $1 million. But I just lost $1 million.
Yeah.
But not rands, Syrian pounds.
So crossing this time was much more comfortable than the previous time because now we're going out. And it's good to be back in Lebanon again. Being back in Lebanon, you can clearly see the difference between the two neighbors. It is sometimes quite amazing to see how much things can change in just a couple of kilometers. We're going to go over the mountains now to Beirut, back to the hotel, spend the afternoon there, have dinner, lunch, and then go to the airport to fly back to South Africa. A team debrief is not a debrief without a lovely meal, especially one prepared by our Lebanese friends. The final meal, how do you feel about it?
Lovely.
On our way to...
Airport.
Okay, let's try it again. And we're on our way to the...
Airport.
And we're on our way to the...
I have no idea.
And we're on our way to the...
Disney World.
Oh my word. Let's just go home. And that's it for our adventures in Syria. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next up, come with me when I travel with you guys to the wonderful country of Botswana.